skin under my nails.
Nope. Bob, this can't go on. Let Gail pinch you.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll do it.
Great. It's $100 a session.
What? Okay. Shot looks good. Let's
Who's
wait.
your favorite
Today
character
you
in
will
this
determine who receives custody of Linus
yeah.
Belcher Wheeler. Courtney, Jean,
I also
your
like,
peer representatives
the
will
youngest
help
daughter.
you
Who, me?
arrive at an arrangement.
But I do
The
like
decisions you make in
Yeah,
this
she
room
did
are
kind of
final
like-
and legally
Can
binding.
you-
Sort of.
A
lot of-
I
Go.
like her for
Okay.
but they
Yeah.
changed. No,
Gene
he
Belcher will
I was setting
finish
it.
this item.
Yeah, I was setting it up on YouTube and TikTok.
Give her a little more energy.
No.
Okay, I admit, Courtney did a lot of the work at first. Most of it.
Yeah.
That girl can clean an aquarium tank like nobody's business.
You're gonna skip ahead to the interesting part.
Well, she got tired of doing everything and she dropped Linus off at my house for the weekend.
So she abandoned the lizard. Got it. Keep going. Hey.
I didn't say that.
Sorry, is this pure mediation or middle-aged dorky man mediation?
It's not my fault you can't keep up.
Anyway, I was nervous at first, but then I finally got him to eat a worm and then...
Then his tail fell off, didn't it, Gene? Little tail fail. Is it my turn yet? Sure. Just keep up the energy.
Now, Courtney Wheeler will stay at her side of this.
Skip it.
I did get a bit overwhelmed, but I also don't think Gene's ready for this kind of responsibility. So now I think the best thing for the lizard is to go live with my cousin. I told him about it. He's excited. He's a real lizard freak.
Your cousin? He lives like 4 hours away. I'll never see Linus again.
It's for the best, Gene.
Can I say something?
Hold on, Gene. Gene, would you like to say something?
Yes, sure. At first I wasn't very helpful. I wanted to be Lizard Guy, and people would see me and say, hey, there's Lizard Guy. He's our town's greatest treasure. But then I figured out how to feed Linus and take care of him, and it felt really good. And I want to keep doing that. Keep making him happy.
Well, crap. That was actually really nice, Gene. Should we skip ahead to the resolution part and just give him the lizard?
I wish I had more lines, but okay.
Nope, that's not how it works. Also, I haven't submitted the message yet.
The message?
Yes, a phone message Gene left for Courtney.
Mr. Frank, I'm not sure I want you to show that here.
Sorry, Courtney, it's too late. Izzyga already gave it. I would like to submit this dictated message on letterhead from the Green Pines Hotel and Resort.
So the way that I remember on how to answer this question is that this Fingoli mode, the way I remember it is kind of weird, but like it's a immunomodulator, which means it's gonna do something. But the Fingoli mod, I just be like, alright, it's gonna finger your heart rate to slow it down.
Okay, bye, kids. We'll meet you little cabooses back here when
And
you're done.
look at that.
I'm gonna take a quick lap to look
Thanks
at
for the
trees.
rose, thanks for the rose, thanks for the rose. Appreciate you.
Ah, you'll be fine. And it doesn't look creepy
Appreciate
at all
you
with
big
a grown man
time.
by himself in here. Okay, I'll be back soon. Love ya, bye.
I'm trying to figure out how to add my boy Shaba.
Looks like we have the train to ourselves.
Yeah, coming here when it's so cold that my face hurts definitely has its perks.
3, please.
Can I send you a...
One mistletoe
I don't even think I could... Ah! Ouch.
You
That
did.
just blew my
You really
eardrum
did.
out.
Just looking for the seatbelts on this thing. Anyone else seeing seatbelts? No? Hey, you little kitties enjoying the kitty train?
We were. Hey, why don't you go
You said it's not
ruin
letting you?
somebody else's Streetown Christmas Village experience?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even see the option to do it. I may have to re-unlock... Ah! Damn. I may have to re-unlock it. I just blew my brains out with the sound. What's up, Pollard?
So while
How
they
you doing?
argue about what tree to get using I feel statements, I come
How's
here
everything?
and stunt this train.
You stunt the train?
Oh yeah, train stunts. Jumping off the train, jumping back on the train. Interacting with the holiday decor. I'd show you the videos I made last year, but my parents took my phone away because I got a C in Spanish.
Took his phone away because he got a C in Spanish. It's crazy.
I wouldn't know.
What about that then?
Alright, what is the primary goal of using medications like baclofen or tizanidine in the management of
I
MS?
don't think he can physically turn around. Speaking of, 540.
Jesus,
Did
yeah.
somebody page
These
the spin
antispasmodics target to increase muscle tone and interferes with movement and comfort.
Oh, look at that
Can you lower the TV a
tree.
little bit?
Oh, look at that one. Hi, tree. You
Can you see the remote?
Oh, and I bet you guys have great personalities. Ah, what the hell are you doing?
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Patient with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis undergoing diagnostic testing, which test specifically used to differentiate neuropathy from myopathy. You would use an electromyography.
What? You're beating Christmas trees to Christmas trees?
That's a weird way to put it.
It measures the electric activity of muscles to determine if the weakness is caused by the muscle itself being weak or the nerve supplying it. So that's good to know. Let's see. Which of the following is a common assessment finding in the early stages of ALS? Alexa, turn off room light. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Which of the following is a common assessment finding in the early stages of ALS? Profuse sweating, rising blood pressure, no. Complete return to baseline function, no. Hand weakness, clumsy. Ah, I got it wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Hand weakness or clumsiness during fine motor tasks. Early ALS often presents with focal muscle weakness, frequently beginning in the upper extremities or the distal limbs. Alright, I better not get that wrong again. Let's explain that.
The train was slowing down. Doesn't count.
Actually, I just talked to my accountant, and it
Let's
does
see.
count.
Let's see what the explanation is.
Train stunt game is stunted.
Oh yeah? How about a train? Don't do that.
Your answer is incorrect because a sudden loss of vision and white spots in the visual field are scotomas. I only know
Winner gets
it's crazy because the way I remember that scotomas are like white spots in your vision is because I only know one person named Scott. He's a white guy.
see Tina, problem solved.
And that's just how I remember that. Scotomas. Like, oh yeah, Scott, the white guy. I can see him.
Best time. You don't have to come.
And that's how I remember that.
I'm not gonna just leave you here to do train stunts. Mom and Dad would never
I do pretty good when it comes to taking tests, but the way my brain works is just dumb. A spinal cord injury, SCI, resulted from a head-on motor vehicle collision where the head moves forcefully forward. That is a flex, because he's flexing. Bang, hold that. Which physiological process is considered a secondary injury that worsens the primary spinal cord injury? Boom, 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 boom. Which physiological process is considered a secondary injury? Local edema and impaired tissue perfusion? Yep. Tissue perfusion is where the blood is able to reach the tissue so it can oxygenate it, give it, you know, that it needs that. Why is a spinal cord injury at the C3 to C5 level considered a high risk for respiratory compromise? Nerves at this level innervate the phrenic nerve, which controls the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a respiratory muscle, so I'm going with that. Fine. All right. Wait, what? Wait, what? What's up? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Look, I appreciate how much you love these trees. Or let's say
Copy, copy, copy. Oh, my bad, my bad. I'll let y'all answer first. You right. I got you.
you feel like we're done here? I hope, maybe.
Oh, whatever.
Hey, Yasmin, thanks for joining. Alright, a patient with an acute SCI is experiencing a complete but temporary loss of motor, sensory, and reflex functions. This condition is known as... What do you guys think?
Mine look like Batman's.
I don't know how to.
What's up, Holland? What up, Paul? How you doing? What do you guys think? Alright, Shaba thinks D.
I wouldn't say scary. I think
Neurogenic shock. Complete patient with an acute spinal cord injury is experiencing a complete but temporary loss of motor, sensory, and reflex functions. This condition is known as... Shaba, you going with D? Neurogenic shock? I don't think it's neurogenic shock, bro. It says complete but temporary loss of motor, sensory, and reflex functions. D, neurogenic shock would be if their blood pressure dropped and their heart rate dropped, which is hypotension and bradycardia. I think the answer is spinal shock because it's temporary. So it's like you know when you get shocked, it doesn't last much long. It doesn't last that long. It's just like, you know, it's quick, like hold that. And so when it says temporary, that's what I think. So I'm gonna go with spinal shock.
Why? Because I'll break many of my bones? Probably, right?
Yeah, spinal shock is the cord's immediate response to injury, characterized by a total loss of activity below the level of the lesion, but it's temporary. That's the key. The key is that it's temporary.
Beautiful tree you got your eye on there. And lucky you, because today it's buy one, get one free. So you get to take home 2 Christmas trees. I know what you think.
What are the classic cardiovascular signs of neurogenic shock in a patient with T6 or higher spinal cord injury? T6 or higher. What did I just say? I said bradycardia and hypotension is what I said, right? I might get it wrong. What do you guys think the answer is? I don't think hold that is part of the question. I said hold that? Oh, my bad. I've been seeing too many. See, right? Yeah, that's what I think it is. What up, Yao Yao? Yep, got it right. Neurogenic shock. The loss of sympathetic tone, which leads to a slow heart rate and low blood pressure due to vasodilation. Because when you flex, you tighten it. You know what I'm saying? So you lose the tone. It's just flaccid, like you can't do nothing. Like them guys who be getting them gas station pears. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, Shabo. Fuck out of here. Hey, Frito, what up? A patient with a spinal cord injury at T4. That's that's thoracic, vertebrae 4. What is that? Oh, I keep forgetting Bosberger's up there. Spinal cord injury at T4 suddenly reports a severe throbbing headache and nasal congestion. The nurse notes profuse sweating on the patient's face. What is the priority intervention? A. Lower the head of the bed to the Trendelenburg position. B. Administer a rapid IV bolus of normal saline to increase perfusion. C. Perform vigorous chest physiotherapy to clear the nasal congestion. Or D. Raise the head of the bed immediately to lower blood pressure. What do you guys think the answer is? What's up, Pablo?
Saddle up, Logan. One more round, I take you down.
All right, then, Louise. Guess I'll continue
D?
to
Yup.
million.
Like, hey, just pick your head up, homie. Bang, hold that. Oh, that's when I said hold that, right? Nah, you had it right the first time. First rule of test taking, go with your first choice. Your first choice is usually the right choice. Which of the following is the most common cause of autonomic dysreflexia? Now this autonomic disreflex. What do you guys think the answer is? Who's Mike? I don't know. I'm confused with the Mike part. Mike be hating. Who's Mike? What up, Shabba? Oh, he tried to be number one. That's what. Oh, okay. Nah, that's not Mike. That's Is your name Mike on there? No, your name is Problems. You Mike? Oh, I'm Mike. This guy in the chat. Where you get the name Mike? Where you get the name? I don't see Mike in the chat. That's funny. Alright. Which of the following is the most common cause of autonomic dysreflexia? What do you think the answer is? Blah, blah, blah. See? I don't think so, my brother. The answer is D, bladder distension or blocked urinary catheter. It's like, this is like so weird. Like, you wouldn't think this is the right answer. But noxious stimuli from the gastrointestinal or genital urinary tracts are the most frequent triggers for autonomic dysreflexia. So basically, yeah, nah, that's usually, you know, it wasn't a bad guess. I feel like this was, oh, he got a pee, so his blood pressure drops and his heart rate goes high. It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I understand that, the low blood sugar level. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Your body's freaking out. What up, ATF? When moving a patient with suspected spinal cord injury to prevent secondary damage, which technique must be used? I learned this in EMS school.
It's fine. Listen, now the Cocoa Cabin's gonna have a Christmas tree. Everybody wins. You're welcome. So pretty. Oh my God, it's on fire. Okay, fine, we're leaving. But we're taking the tinsel. Okay, I won't take the tinsel. But I want a Cocoa.
When moving a patient with suspected spinal cord injury. My boy throwing shrimps? That's crazy. I'm blind. That is not a shrimp. You're a whaler. Thank you, Problems. Problems is causing problems. Thank you, sir. If you're a sir, I don't know. Thank you, Problem. You're a problem. Any guess for the answer for this one? Y'all are killing me. Knock that eye back into place. Maybe you can see. Oh, you coming at my head. That's crazy. It's all good. Nah, he coming at my lazy eye. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Hold up. Let me see if I can. I don't see no crazy lazy eye right now.
Sally, Jesse, Raphael?
No, Mom. Look, that stuffy is way the hell up there. You two are gonna have to work together if you're gonna get even close to reaching it. Logan, you're gonna have to stand on your seat. And Louise, you're gonna have to stand on Logan's shoulders. And then Gene and I will hold Logan's legs and keep you guys steady, okay?
I don't want to stand on Logan. He probably catches his shoulder board.
I don't want your feet on my shoulders. You probably got farts.
As a matter of
Alright,
fact,
let's see. Let's get back to the questions.
Fine, whatever. But what if we crash into the tunnel? I don't really want to get my head chopped
When I
off.
jump,
That's
I
why I'm
move the
gonna
earth a
roll
little.
myself in someday. Look, Mom, just grab a napkin and drop down before your head gets tunnel. Logan, get up and then crouch down. Confusing instructions already. Just do what I say.
You said B
Something about that.
or A? Both are wrong, my brother. When moving a patient with a suspected spinal cord injury, to prevent secondary damage, the technique that must be used is a log roll, because you want to maintain. Log rolling ensures the head, neck, and torso move as a single unit, preventing the twisting of the cord. You want to maintain the stability, because if there's a fracture somewhere, you try to move it, you're just going to make it worse. I gotta go to the barbershop. Y'all see me? I'm out here wolfing like crazy.
Okay, there's the
your phone just start tripping? Alright, let me turn this on. We don't need the cameras.
Are you alive?
Or are you
Wolfing
just
right
lights
now.
now? It's okay. We'll accept you either way.
I'm alive. Just hanging out in a tunnel with my very weak arms.
So maybe carefully lower yourself down.
Okay. Or
In the context of MS, multiple sclerosis management, why is a patient advised to avoid vigorous activity that increases body temperature?
my undercarriage. Yes. I did it.
Holy crap.
Medkit, you're going home, pal. Wow, you are just covered in little boy snot, aren't you?
Little boy snot is crazy.
Sorry, I failed you, Trace. May God have mercy on your souls.
Excuse me.
Like enough to smell.
You mean like a
Increased body temperature leads to fatigue,
100 million years of evolution? Must be wrong.
diminished motor ability, and decreased visual acuity.
Sociopaths.
What about this one?
A patient with spinal cord injury has a complete injury. What does this imply regarding their function? What do you guys think the answer is?
I'm bonding with this one. More than I'm bonding with my husband right now, frankly.
All right, easy. My girl wants the ugliest tree. My girl gets the ugliest tree. Love you, honey. I think your mom was wrong. We are gonna be.
Oh, my tree. Cynthia's awful, but still better than a woodchipper, baby. Right?
Okay, that's it for tonight, folks. Exit to your right. Happy holidays.
Oh, okay, hold on, bud. The train's back. I'm gonna ask the train man if maybe. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alright, so this implies that all innervation and function below the level of injury are eliminated.
That's right.
So if it's a complete injury, that means it's just broken off. Everything underneath it is just,
This place usually
gone.
closed, but
Which image study is most useful for identifying plaques in the brain to diagnose multiple sclerosis? This would be an MRI.
presents suck.
What is a primary nursing intervention
Come on, guys. Better hurry up.
for a patient experiencing flaccid bladder due to low spinal cord injury?
Yeah, these lips are ready for some sips, baby.
You wouldn't administer diuretics because they have low muscle tone. It's flaccid. Implement a schedule. Bow. And the way they would do this is by using a catheter.
Those cookies are gonna get turned into Santa poop whether you like it or not.
Stick to something in the pee hole.
It's fine, everyone in.
Did a forest barf on our car?
Len, what did you... We can't have all these...
When assessing a patient with multiple sclerosis for sensory perception changes, which symptom is most commonly reported?
Catch it and run for the bathroom.
Boom, 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 boom. Numbness,
Sargo's gotta take what they can get. Just can't give you...
particularly on one side of the face. The National Multiple Sclerosis Society supports the use of medical marijuana for which symptom management? Shaba and problems. Tell me, what do you think the answer to this question is? It's all baby.
What? Serena, I want to see it. Send it to me.
I didn't show you.
You said A? That is correct, I believe. Shout out to the ganja.
That's tight.
Look at my book. It's so beautiful.
Which instruction is most appropriate for a patient with MS experiencing diplopia? So diplopia is basically just having double vision.
Why did you do all
So
that?
keep both eyes closed. Nah, it's double vision. You're going from double vision to no vision. Read only in low light environments to reduce eye strain. That's not it because it's double vision. So it's just double, but it's just more blurry stuff because it's in the dark. Avoid using corrective lenses. No, because you have double vision. Wear an eye patch. Let's see. That makes sense.
That's right. Going to where the rich people are gonna see if they're really better than us. They might be, but we still won an award. Yeah.
You guys are fun on Ferry.
Yeah, people are loving this energy, even though they're
patient with ALS is having difficulty swallowing and slurred speech. These findings are most likely due to the involvement of which nerves? Swallowing. What do you guys think the answer is? We know that sciatic nerves, for people with sciatica, is usually the lower back and then runs down the leg. Optic nerves is the nerves in the eye. Phrenic nerves, for some reason, I can't think of what that means right now. But I'm going to go bulbar. Yep. Bulbar involvement in ALS affects the muscles used for speech, chewing, and swallowing. Who said B? Phrenic nerves? You meant A? Alright, I'll give it to you. What is the primary mechanism of a vertical compression or axial loading injury to the spine? 300 more push-ups. Yeah, bro, you wildin' today. Get that money. Get that money. Alright, so the primary mechanism of vertical compression or axial loading injury to the spine. Patient chin being struck, no. A blow to the top of the head or landing on your feet / buttocks. I think that's the answer. Let's see the other ones. Excessive turning of the head beyond its normal range, no. A high-speed gunshot, no. Bang! A blow to the top of the head. Or landing on your tailbone will give you a compression fracture. When assessing a patient for spinal shock, what is the key symptom to monitor? What do you guys think the answer is to this one? You said A, C, A and C. Hyperactive deep tendon reflexes in the lower limbs. Or so one of y'all think above, and one of y'all think below. Y'all don't think it's D, and y'all don't think it's B. Alright, let's see who got it. No. Oh, all three of us were wrong. Decreased heart rate and pale flushed skin. Oh no, I thought it was B. These are part of the clinical picture of autonomic and reflex loss seen in spinal shock. So if you're assessing for spinal shock, yeah. I read that wrong. I shouldn't have got that wrong. I am disappointed. You said you never knew that? Yeah, so for spinal shock specifically, caused by spinal cord injury, like a car. You're funny. Alright, let's see. A nurse is caring for a patient with a halo fixator. Which teaching point is most important for post-op safety? I think it's B. Right. My bad, I didn't let y'all answer that one. Which diagnostic test is helpful in diagnosing forms of peripheral neuropathy or myopathy in patients suspected of ALS? Oh, a halo fixator is like, it's like, you ever see those people with the big suit and they got the thing with the pins around their neck? A patient with MS, what is the significance of medication glatiramin acetate? I don't even know this one. Taking an empty stomach. What do you guys think the answer is? I think it's this. So the pathophysiology of MS is basically, it's an autoimmune disease. Your body starts attacking your own. So your nerves have something called myelin sheaths, and your body starts attacking those sheaths, and those sheaths are used to send signals like rapidly throughout the body. So when your body starts attacking it itself, when you check your CSF, you see an increase in immunoglobulin G, and you see some myelin protein. So I'm going to assume this is a synthetic protein that acts as an immunomodulator. That's what I'm talking about, Shop. You got it right. What is the specific goal of using an incentive spirometer? So for those of you with asthma, this was that thing they gave you as a kid to blow in, like a peak flow device, to see how far you can get it. And they use that to prevent buildup of fluid in the lungs, which is pneumonia. I got two wrong. Which two did I get wrong? Next. Did it show me what I got wrong? Oh, I started all over. Ah, it's all good. Oh yeah, it was the one. It was the one I pressed by accident. Let's see. Did I do funny one? After this quiz, I'm gonna get out. I already took that one. Right, so that's 90. Mobility. What's this? Is this a different quiz? This is a different quiz. All right, this one isn't long. And the other one we all got wrong. That's fact. Oh, at the end, yeah, there was definitely a question that we all got wrong. In the context of musculoskeletal assessment, which concept is identified as the primary priority for nursing care? Mobility. We knew that. Which are okay? So the name of this quiz is on chapter 41. My bad. Let's clarify. And it's on the musculoskeletal system still, but this is on assessment and care fundamentals. Which of the following physiological changes is specifically associated with aging of synovial joints? As they get older. It's either, I think it's B or C. I don't know. Let's see. No. D? Nah, it's not. It's for sure not D, bro. It's either B or C. Because it says, what physical changes are specifically associated with joints as you get older? You did 100 push-ups already? Damn. Yo, for those of y'all watching, go follow Shabo. He does a lot of workout content, skits, reaction videos. Oh, no, it was C. Decreased compressibility. I'm like, hypertrophy doesn't make sense because hypertrophy is for muscles, so I should have guessed that. Decreased compressibility of cartilage. That's like, you know, when the girls get a little bit older and they try to twerk and their knees start cracking. That's because they're getting older. You can't compress those joints no more. It's a fact. They try to get down, they can't get back up. So you gotta take care of yourself. During a musculoskeletal history assessment, why is it critical for the nurse to ask about a client's current pain management plan? During a musculoskeletal history assessment, oh, I just read that, my bad. My ADD going in. To determine the client's eligibility for surgical intervention, to establish a baseline for chronic illnesses and lifestyle impact, to verify the client is not using over-the-counter supplements, or to assess for potential drug-seeking behaviors. So I don't think that it's D. Yeah, it was B. I didn't let y'all answer that. Reports aesthetically. When documenting the course of a musculoskeletal problem, which distinction is most relevant according to the assessment cues? Factors that cause symptoms to worsen. Specific date and time the pain started. Severity of the pain on a scale of 1 to 10, or whether the problem is intermittent or continuous. That's crazy. I was also thinking D too. That's the second one I got wrong. But we both got that one wrong. Nurse observes a client with exaggerated inward curvature of the lumbar spine, which is it scoliosis? No, it's not kyphosis. Is it lordosis? This one I always get lordosis and kyphosis confused. You said D? Alright, I'm gonna trust you. You were wrong, my brother. It was lordosis. Lordosis is characterized by an inward curvature of the lower lumbar back, often referred to as sway back. Nah, you got trash. Listen, we all learning. That's what we're here to do. Which component of the neurovascular assessment specifically checks for the pins and needle sensation? Paresthesia? Yeah. Paresthesia refers to abnormal sensations such as numbness or tingling, often described as pins and needles. Yo, problems. He said you don't answer the questions. Chill out. According to the diagnostic assessment data, which of the following serum phosphorus levels falls within the normal range? Phosphorus. I think that's like 3 to 4.5. You answer in your head? I respect it. I do the same thing sometimes. Let's go. I think it's this one. Yeah. 3 to 4.5 is the normal phosphorus range for your blood work. A client is scheduled for an arthroscopy. Which post-procedure instructions is most appropriate regarding physical positioning? So an arthroscopy is like a minimally invasive procedure. Excuse me, that was nasty. Where you cut a small incision and they stick a camera in there basically to figure it out. Elevate the extremity, I think, is the answer. What do you think? You said all of the above. It's crazy. Which finding during neurovascular assessment would be considered the most urgent cue, suggesting a potential complication? So pinkworm skin, normal, is not urgent. Cap refill time of 2 seconds, that's normal. Localized mild discomfort, maybe. But paralysis does seem like a problem. Hey Vargas, thanks for joining. Yep, paralysis. Which statement regarding calcium and vitamin D intake is accurate based on the health promotion materials? Only men require calcium supplement? No. Vitamin D and calcium intake specifically emphasized for women? I think that. 7 and 8, I don't think that's What the? I can't remember the calcium range. Calcium should only be obtained through dirt. No, because we have supplements. You said C. I don't think it's C. I don't think it's C, bro. Oh no, you said C for the last one. You didn't say for this one, did you? I think it's this one. I mean, no, it's not this. It's for sure not A. You said C for this one. Okay. I think it's this. I think it's vitamin D and calcium. Because they are the highest risk for osteoporosis and fragility. Unless they're overweight. Yeah, boom, boom, yeah, so vitamin D and calcium. On health promotion. Yeah, alright. What is the primary rationale for applying ice to a joint for 24 hours following an arthroscopy? He said they sexist. Facts. Thrombophlebitis, reduce swelling and discomfort, increase range of motion of joints, ensure that incisions heal without scarring. Is it A? I feel like it's either A or D for this one. What do you guys think? If you remember what I said an arthroscopy was. Alright, problem say D. Nice. I'm talking about problems. A nurse is performing a general inspection of a client's musculoskeletal system. Which assessment cue relates specifically to the client's manner of walking? Gait. That was a good guess. Which complication of arthroscopy involves inflammation of a vein often associated with a blood clot? Osteopenia is like what is osteopenia? I think that's a bone infection. Scoliosis, we know what scoliosis is. That's like basically a spinal deformity. Thrombophlebitis is inflammation. Oh yeah, inflammation. Bang. The answer for this one is B for sure. Is it basically Shamar is crazy. According to normal lab values provided, how should a nurse interpret a serum calcium level of 11.2? I think it's higher. I don't remember the range for calcium right now. I don't know why I can't think of it. Is it 9 to 12? I don't remember this one. What do you guys think? Bent back Shamar is crazy. Oh, scoliosis. That's what you was talking about. Yeah, I think he's calling it Shabbos Shamar. I think Shamar got scoliosis. I'm gonna say it is higher than normal range. Yeah, 10.5. So the upper limit of normal range is 10.5. I think it's 9 to 10.5 or something like that. Which type of muscle is categorized under the muscular system review alongside skeletal muscle? Smooth muscle, yeah. The anatomy and physiology review includes smooth, cardiac, and skeletal muscles. These are the only real 3 types of muscle. During the history assessment, why does the nurse ask about the client's occupation and lifestyle? To identify repetitive strain or environmental risk to the musculoskeletal system? To determine the client's ability to pay for treatment? That's crazy, but it looks like that's where America's going. If B is the right answer. C, to verify the client's identity for legal purposes? Nah. Or to check if the client has adequate health insurance? No. I feel like these 3 are all pretty much the same, so I'm going with A. Which P of the neurovascular assessment would a nurse be checking if they were looking for the color of a patient's limb? That would be pallor. And I only know that because I've gotten that wrong on a test before. What happens to the range of motion in the musculoskeletal system as a result of normal aging? We know the answer to this. This is a gimme. it decreases. You get old, you stop moving. Which of the following is considered a recognized cues assessment for current musculoskeletal health problems? I don't know. This question is throwing me off. That question didn't make sense to me. I'm not gonna lie. Assessing what alleviates the problem, such as heat, ice, is a key part of the current health. Oh, okay, that's. I wasn't reading that correctly. Apparently. Fucking stupid. In the 5 P's of neurovascular assessment, which finding is typically assessed by asking the client? They're about to start flaming each other in the chat. It's about to be a roast session. In the 5 P's of neurovascular assessment, which finding is typically assessed by asking a client, can you feel this? What do you think the answer is? Oh, the question? In the 5 P's of neurovascular assessment, which finding is typically assessed by asking the client, can you feel this? Paresthesia, which is basically just like weakness in the lower extremities, or just, in general, I guess. Pallor, which is like complexion, how it's looking, or pulse. I think it's paresthesia, but I might be wrong. Let's see. Oh, got it right. Which spinal deformity is characterized by lateral sideways curvature of the spine? Sideways curvature? Y'all know this one. Scoliosis. You've had paresthesia before? Yeah, Shamar knows. Shamar got scoliosis. But for this one, yeah, the lateral, which is sideways curve of the spine. During physical assessment, posture and gait are components of which broader category? What do you guys think? Nutrition history, general inspection, neurovascular assessment, or psychosocial assessment? Honey more, he's just busting them push-ups out. I think it's C. What do you guys think? Because psychosocial is just you interacting with people. General inspection is total, and nutrition history. Oh, I was wrong. It is general inspection. Posture and gait are part of the general inspection section of the physical assessment. That's crazy. I got that wrong. Which of the following describes a change in muscle tissue often seen in the elderly? Yeah, man, it's crazy. We all make mistakes. Go ahead, go crazy. I'm about to end the stream though, because I got 2 tests back to back tomorrow. 8 a.m. 50 questions each. Which of the following describes change in muscle tissue often seen in the elderly? The answer is atrophy. Right? Yeah. Because it's just wasting away. And it's like that real brolic person you knew. We could do this tomorrow too? Yeah. Well, tomorrow I got work. Tomorrow's gonna be interesting. I got school all day, then I got work at night, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. In terms of health promotion, how does tobacco smoking and alcohol use affect the musculoskeletal system? Does it increase bone density through mineral accumulation? Does it affect the musculoskeletal system negatively? Does it have no measurable effect on the system? Or does it only affect the respiratory and cardiovascular system? I feel like this is easy. What you think? Problems, what you think, D? Nah. I don't think so, homie. I think just the broader answer, that it just negatively affects it. Cause I think well, smoking for sure. One of the side effects is like your bones get brittle, your muscles get brittle. So I'm gonna say that, yeah. The health promotion slides state that tobacco smoking and alcohol use affect the musculoskeletal system, implying a detrimental impact on bone and muscle health. That's why you shouldn't smoke cigarettes, kids. What is the primary diagnostic use of an arthroscope? So we already said what an arthroscope was. So the answer is C, because it's a camera basically that they're putting in there to visualize pathologic changes in the joints. Yep, bing bing. Which of these is a listed complication a nurse should monitor for after an arthroscopy procedure? We know it's not scoliosis or lordosis because those are with the spine. In arthroscopy, they check the joints. It's not going to increase your bone density. But if you're piercing into it, you could catch an infection. Weight-bearing activities such as walking are recommended for health promotion primarily because they increase elasticity of the skin. I don't know about that. Help prevent bone loss and maintain strength. That sounds about right. Reduce the need for vitamin D intake. Depends where you live. Or correct structural spinal deformities like scoliosis. No, you cannot walk scoliosis off. That's not something you walk off. Yeah, help prevent bone loss and maintain strength. In the neurovascular assessment, what does the nurse evaluate by checking the pulse? A, the strength of muscle contractions. B, the patient's heart rate in the carotid artery. C, circulatory status distal to the injury or procedure. Distal is just like this, like as far from the, like away from the body. Boom, 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 boom. Or nerve conduction speed. What do you guys think the answer is? Let's straighten you up real quick. Just lie in front of a steamroller. That's a fact. For this one, is this. Bang. Let's see what we got. 24 out of 28. We got 4 wrong. What are the 4 wrong that we got? Oh, that was one. It's hypertrophy, not decrease. Oh, no. It's not hypertrophy because you're not strengthening. You're not ripping it apart to build it up. It's not muscle. You're decreasing the compressibility of the cartilage. Your knees is going to pop when you're trying to twerk. That's what I'm talking about. So I get that money. All right, this one. When documenting the course of a musculoskeletal problem, which distinction is most relevant according to the assessment cues? The answer is whether the problem is temporary or not, basically. Intermittent or continuous. The course of the problem specifically refers to the pattern of occurrence over time, such as being intermittent or constant. All right, so we got 2 more. Lordosis is a inward curvature of the lumbar spine, which is the lower back. And that is lordosis. So you got a lumbar lord, pretty much. That's how you can remember that. And I got all of these right. What else I got wrong? Oh, there you go. There's one. During the physical assessment, posture and gait are components of which broader category? Broad, general inspection. That's easy. I don't know how I got that one wrong. I was thinking too hard. Was that all of the questions? Alright, that's 1 wrong. It said I had 4 wrong. That's 2, 3. What's the last one? This is 24 out of 28. Here it is. Oh, that's 4. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Wish me luck. And take it easy. Have a good night, y'all. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed.